Okay. We are doing the last 4 hours of the stream, and we're going to do it with some podcast editing from our podcast last night and some challenge leveling of some kind. I'm just posting some stuff to the Facebooks, and then we can start. So I was sort of planning on playing more D&D. I was planning on, after the podcast, doing the full session of D&D from about like that 9:30 mark till like 2 or so. But even though I had that nap, I was before the show, I was still too tired. Last night I got some pretty good sleep, so that was all good, but I'm still a little bit tired. My foot is still swollen. I was getting hand cramps and leg spasms again. What else is new? So, like I was saying on the show last night, lesson learned. Oh, shoot. Hold on. You know what I gotta do? I gotta start recording the portions of. Yeah, I'm gonna record all the segments. Okay. All right. Okay. So just to reiterate, we're here to do the final 4 hours of the stream. The original plan, after I had the nap and then doing the podcast and all that, was to do D&D until about 2 or so, and just plug on for the last 2 hours after that. But when we got to about 11 o'clock, I really started feeling the body getting tired, quickly again. And I was like, you know what? Okay, if we ended at 12, I'll have a good solid 4 hours to do today, where I should have gotten some sleep, and I did get some sleep. I think I fell asleep about 12:30, and I woke up at about 7:30. My son had a bloody nose. I don't know why. He just gets it. So, yeah, I think the lesson learned here is that I'm never going to be doing this again. Thank you for the hosts, Cinder. Appreciate it. The lesson learned here is that I'm never going to be doing a full 24-hour in a row live stream again. There's just no way. If I can go through 13 hours, it's there's no way I would be able to do that again. So I think, like we discussed this on the show last night, was I think what we're going to do is, if we do a fundraiser next year, it's going to be we'll do 6 hours on the weekend, over 4 weeks or something, right? Something like that. Certainly, I think even 12 hours, I think for me physically, is pushing it. Probably not the best thing to do. I am a different person than I was last year, so health-wise, it's a slow degrade, and lack of sleep does wreck your body. So yeah, I think the plan is for next year, if we do it, we'd have multiple streams versus just a 24-hour stream. I have to share the stream next time. What do you mean by share it, Furton? I have to share the stream? Oh, yeah, to get other people to do it? Yeah, Zortz and Nisi said that they would help fundraise for me, and I, just as a person that I am, I don't know. I feel like I need to have a direct hand in it. So, anyways, okay, we're gonna do my podcast editing. Well, Lita has the login, but because we're an affiliate, there's a Authy token that I always have to put in anytime even she goes in, and I prefer to keep the login like kind of locked down, because you never know, like somebody just might lose their shit and then start doing all kinds of bad stuff. I don't know, but there's other ways that we could potentially do it. So, okay, so all these files here that you can see are my are the recordings that I've done. This is you can see the number is currently increasing. This is what we're recording right now. This is through XSplit. So basically what I do is that, when I record the podcast, I'm not like other podcasts where they actually do things the correct way. They, I believe you guys, Furton and like for people that don't know, Furton is a co-host on Sarath Coast to Coast. So basically, a lot of people record in tracks, right? And you can do that with Zencaster. You can do it different ways, and we don't do that. We just, we want to go live, and we live stream everything that we got. And if it screws up, it screws up, and if there's audio differences, like levels, we try to fix that before we go live. However, worst case, we do some compression and some normalization to kind of fix that. It doesn't sound as good as it could, but I think it gets the job done for what we do. So basically, the first thing I do, okay, this is our podcast. I actually move it first to my media directory, and Warcraft, WoW challenges, podcasts, and then raw video, because this is I want to keep everything that I've done. Even though I've done edits, I'll keep that as a separate thing. So this episode was episode 119. 119. Bacon me crazy. Okay. Basically, I'll open this up in VLC player, and we'll just convert, add, go find where we saved it, raw, scroll all the way down, convert that. It's already on audio MP3. I save it to my raw audio, and episode 119 audio, and we start. And usually during this time, I start getting the blog prepped, like all kinds of stuff, because typically we would use Twitch to export the video, but because we did a continuous stream, the export from Twitch to YouTube will be really excessive, and I don't know if it would actually work. So yeah, Furton here, Kevin is supervising my editing, which is great, because I firmly believe that you know more than I do about it. I basically hack my way through to get things just right, and off we go. Okay, so one of the things I'm going to do actually is I'm going to start the upload to YouTube now. So I'm going to upload the raw file, because that's what we do. We always put in the raw video. We never edit it. So I don't care if they're swearing or not. Well, now it doesn't matter because we don't have a clean tag, but previously we did care. But the clean tag really only applied to the podcast part. Okay, so I guess I could put this on the screen while VLC player is going. Okay, so this is what we do. WoW Challenges Podcast. I think episode 119. Bacon Me Crazy. Okay, so we would typically have show notes in here. But I have not written the show notes yet. I do have you're going to hear a lot of house sounds and stuff because people are around. But it's Sunday during the day and it's beautiful out, so we're all out and we're all around. Usually, and we just add it to our Challenges podcast playlist. I used to do a tweet when it finished the upload, but I don't do that now. I will do a manual tweet once I've posted everything to the blog, because before it was like, well, I prefer people going to the blog, like the website first versus just the YouTube page. Okay, so the other thing that we do is advanced. I don't let people view the ratings. I just, you know what? I just don't bother. I think it causes, I think people will, I don't know. I just don't. I can see them, but I don't let other people see them. You can still vote and stuff, but that's it. So I need to get the blog site up now. And TikTok. Yeah, so this file is pretty big. It is 3.8 gigs. It's 2 hours and 10 minutes, so that's why it's going to take a little bit to upload it. I just got to log in to the blog site. You guys can't see it. I don't want to show that stuff. One sec. Okay, so I'll bring this over here now. Okay, so what we usually do, so these are the blog entries that we have, like our latest ones. So what I'll usually do is I'll get the last show and I'll just click new draft. TikTok. And you can see VLC player is done, so that means the raw output is done, so we can just close that. It's fine. Which means we can open this up a little bit more. So we are episode 119. We're going to change that to Bacon Me Crazy. Oh, it's starting to go choppy because of the upload. Yeah, my upload is like 20. It's like 20... megabits a second. I wonder if I can reduce my resolution. No, I can't reduce the resolution or the frame rate unless I actually go off stream. Well, I just want to look at the stream myself here. Well, it wasn't me. I'm not doing it. So I'm looking at the stream myself, and I'm not seeing the buffering yet. Okay, well, we're just gonna have to. So the audio is clear. Okay. Well, and again, oh, there it just buffered. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna have to just deal with it just for now. the quicker we can. Yeah, I don't think there's any other way to make it quicker. So the big, well, we're not doing like graphics, like we're not gonna be playing a game like right now. So okay, so we'll say that we are wrapping. Okay, Seraphis joins us this week to talk about Con Before the Storm and all the effort that was put in, that gets put in to make it such a successful event. Okay. We also talk about about lessons learned from this year's 24-hour live stream. Okay, and then we can delete all this. So this is from last week. So we talk about, so, and then we go over the news items. We talk about DitchCon. What was our, oh man, so I need to get the show notes. So these are my show notes. So I haven't moved them yet. Just want to look at May 19th. Where's it going to pop up? I don't know where it's going to pop up. Oh, there we go. It's going to be on the main page. Okay, so episode 119. What was our news? Oh yeah, Total Biscuit. We don't need to put in combo for. Well, I guess we could. Okay. So we talk about Total Biscuit. Con Before the Storm. DitchCon. Lagging Balls, BlizzCon ticket giveaway. Whoops, can't spell. And what was it? The Mushroom Cap Festival? Oh yeah, the Glow Cap Festival. Can delete. Delete and Stone Sugar, blah blah blah. Okay, yeah. Then we just update the news part. So, Total Biscuits. Lagging Balls BlizzCon ticket giveaway, and we will link directly just to their site because that's the easy stuff. Laggingballs.com. Okay. And then Glow Cap Festival and everything. We can leave the ALS one because we talk about that. So we'll put Seraphis is our guest. We always put him first because he's our guest. We always put the guest first. So Seraphis, we got to update the link. Seraphis. And we will do. Oh, drop frames detected. Yeah, now it's starting to detect them on XSplit. Okay, so podcast. We would go the Sundering, and then Kickstarter will go Con Before Storm.com. And oh, this is not Twitch. We're doing Twitter. Bob. And it's not twitter.tv. Can you let him out, please? Freaking cat. He's like, I want to go outside. I want to kill the mice. Okay, so that's Twitter. I believe it's thesundering.net. Sundering.net. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Let's just really check it out. The Sundering.net. Yes. Okay. And we'll do another link to Combat for the Storm. Conbeforestorm.com. Okay. And that's all our show notes. So we'll just copy, throw it into YouTube, and publish. So it will publish when it's done. Where did the crud? We want to get this. Sorry, we want to get the YouTube tag because we want to go back in here, edit the text, go into there, and go back to visual. So that will update when the upload is done. Okay, so that's going. At this point, I would start editing the audio with Audacity. So I go recent files and challenges podcast because it's my one that I use the most. So there actually maybe I should make like a text display up on the thing saying there will be drop frames because I'm uploading that file. Still says there's like 27 minutes, so. Okay. So basically we have to wait for the audio file to upload. Yeah, I might, you know what, I'm gonna put move this up to here, and I'm gonna make this color black, and you can't see it. I know frames are dropping. We'll stop uploading to YouTube. I don't know how to limit the frame rate. Sorry, I don't know how to limit the upload rate. So I'll push that to live. So in XSplit, there we go. So in XSplit, I do two screens. I have my live screen and my preview screen. I usually don't do it like that, but just for the purpose of this episode, I will be. Okay, we can go back to classic. Okay, so this is from the previous episode. We don't care, so we delete that. And we go to our raw audio. Scroll all the way down and copy this in to Audacity. Audacity only takes MP3s and WAV files. Yeah, I really don't know how to lower. Yeah, let me check my output. Maybe I can. I don't know. Oh, maybe I can on the fly. All right, let's drop it to 2600. Because usually my output rate is 4000. So I like to go big. Yeah, all right. It says it's at 2600, so we'll see if it still buffers. I'm not sure what that's going to do to the file output. We'll see. We'll see. I'm not seeing any extra frames dropped. No, I did sleep. That's why I wanted to go and I wanted to do the last 4 hours. I wanted to do, you know, if we can't do 24 hours in a row, then I still want to do 24 hours. So this is the last 4 hours. So we're going to go until we're going from like 10 to 10 to 2. So I think that's what we're gonna do. Okay, so this is uploaded. If you see this part right here, this is the bumper from Calm Before the Storm. And then there's this stuff like, you know, you can see this stuff. Like, what are these little blips? That is probably me going. I do it a lot, and it drives me nuts because I'm trying to stop it. Okay, so we mute. No, it's still dropping frames, it seems like. 71.99. I kind of feel like it won't. I don't know. I feel like it won't. And I can go to like 2400. I don't know. I kind of feel like it doesn't actually change the frame rate unless you go offline and go back online. I could be wrong though. If you go to settings and advanced and show video stats. Oh no, yeah, it actually did change. So the playback rate is 2400 kilobytes. I cannot change the resolution and I cannot change the frame rate. That is static. And can't be changed unless you go offline, and I don't want to go offline right now. We're just gonna power through it. There is 24 minutes left on that thing. Okay, so I usually mute the outro and mute the intro. So I'll go here. I recognize like waveforms. So, oh, where is it? Oh, right here. This is the intro. That's like, I know that's what it looks like. So if you, let's see, I'm going to make sure that you can hear this. Goes there. Yeah, you should be able to hear this if I play it. So you'll hear that's the intro, and that's from the stream. That's not the intro from up here. We always want to keep the intro and outro from up there because we've managed it and massaged it the way that we want it to sound. So we usually, like, we only play the intro and outro on the stream just for the sake of doing it, to say this is when the show starts. So we just delete basically everything that comes beforehand. How? And you can hear Lita. So we zoom in a bit. This little part right here, you'll hear her do an intake of breath. That part I usually delete. So that... How? Right? So it's not like, hello, it's hello, right? How? Okay, because I feel like it sounds better. I'll get like I'll take a little clip here, and I'll have a look up at the top of the screen to see if there's any movement. And I kind of remember, like, so I've got my microphone set up in a way right now that it does pick up a little bit more sound than it usually does. Usually it doesn't, but then like before it didn't, and it just meant that it just meant that my audio was quieter, which meant more editing on the other side of things. So we're gonna see if there's any movement here. So you can see there's movement, right? Even though here there's no sound, so we know there's noise. So we'll come back there for a sec. Actually, we forgot to clip out the end. So we want to go all the way to the end. Okay, so that's this track right there is the ending, but we need to find it in the stream.
In a few months' time. So thank you for dropping in and seeing us.
Okay, so that is still in the show. Let's see, what's this?
Thanks you
for making it weird.
in.
Okay.
You know what?
Yeah, what?
That
Yeah.
kind of show.
Okay, now it's still in the show. Okay, right here. Okay. Yeah, so we're gonna clip. So all this noise.
Yeah. Bye, chat room.
Goodbye, Stone. Okay, so we'll delete everything else out of there. So we have our actual show from beginning to end in this track. So we're gonna go back here. We're gonna play it, and we hear that, and we can see that there's noise. We may not be able to hear it, but there is noise. So what we want to do is noise reduction. We've got the noise profile because we've already selected that. And then you go back into noise reduction and click. So I put my noise reduction down by 12, 6, and 3. I honestly don't know exactly what these numbers do. I've gone online to say, if you want to reduce noise, this is what you do. Use these numbers. Great. So I'm sure that somebody will be able to tell me like how to tweak this. But this is what we do. We just hit OK. Oh no, whoops. Sorry. So we've got the noise. Let's go here. Let's take this. Yeah, so there's noise there. Okay. Let's do this again. Get noise profile. Okay, so now that we've got that, we want to select the whole track. And then we go to effect, noise reduction, and then hit OK. And now it's going to take what we just selected and check the whole file, or check that whole track, and remove that non-noise sound that's kind of weird. And I see that on the stream, it's hard to, like the track that we're working on is down below. So we can't really change that until this is done. So we'll just wait there. I'm going to put myself on Do Not Disturb on Discord so we don't have Discord sounds. Even though there wasn't one, it's just... okay. Okay. Right. So we just got to wait. And at this point, we are waiting for everything. We're waiting for this to upload. Usually, just for people that are new, usually I will export directly from Twitch to YouTube, but we couldn't do that last night because we created a massive recording, right? And usually the upload is just the show, so we had to record the show as a separate thing and then upload just that, and that's why it's taking so long. But usually this part, if we do a direct export from Twitch to YouTube, it happens in a matter of minutes. Like, it's really quick. Hey, awesome. How's it going? Yeah, the podcast isn't live yet. Yeah, and we're also just wrapping up the 24-hour stream so that we can get it done. So the last 4 hours. I feel much better. Still a little bit sore. Neck is tired. My foot is a little bit swollen. Again, not sure really why, but sure. So we're just editing the podcast. There's not much to be done. Actually, you know what we can do while this is going and while that's going? One thing that I never remember to do is that when we have a guest on, to take a nice big picture of them. I don't think we could have done that last night because Seraphis joined us at the end of the stream, whereas usually a guest will join us before it starts. So what we will do instead is that we will go to the raw video and find Bacon Me Crazy, recording again, and expand that.
I don't know, Crystal. I think I'm using.
It actually went beneath the mouse button, like the mouse pointer, and I almost cut. And we'll here we go. So I will. So in cases where I forget to take a photo, we will. I'll do it. I'll do it like this, and then I'll take a screenshot. I think maybe we're gonna get the bacon one because that was funny. There we go. That was pretty good. Okay, so we'll go like. So we'll capture this. I'm not sure if you can actually see this on the stream. I'm not sure. Okay, so we've captured that. You should be able to see this now. Oh yeah, so you can see it on the stream. Okay, so we capture that. We just copy and close that, and we'll open up Photoshop. And I'm sure that there's a better way to do it because Photoshop sometimes takes a while to load. And I usually, when Photoshop loads up, I usually give it a good 10 count. Okay, so now that we're good, I go new, and it should automatically populate this because we have something in our clipboard. Okay, so we will. Okay, we need to change the image size to a minimum of 600 wide, so it actually expands it a bit. And we're actually going to crop. We're going to change. We're going to go like this instead. We're going to crop this. Crop everything else out. Now we're going to edit the image size to 600. And then again, we go change the selection to a fixed size. We want 600 by 200. And then I will adjust. Where do we want to... There we go. Let's do it like this. And we will crop everything else out. And this is going to be our blog header. So we save for web, save, and we'll do Seraphis header, save, close that. No, we don't want to save it. We don't care. Done. Oh, okay. So we'll take care of that part too right now since we're doing it. So the featured header is right here. So we want to remove the featured header and then set a new one. We want to upload the new one we just did and wait for WordPress to deal with it. And go, and now the featured header is here. So we're all good. Categories is the Welch Challenges podcast, because in that way podcast feeds know anything tagged with this is a podcast show, and we don't change any of this stuff. So this part's pretty much done. So we go back into here. So we just did the... I'm going to move this up a little bit. We just did the noise cancellation kind of thing. And just in case, I go to like a different part and see if I play it. Nothing comes up on that level, which means that the noise cancellation did a pretty good job. See, even here, it really didn't do much, so good. We're going to... How do I... Okay, there we go. I want to go... When we first loaded this audio file up, we noticed these blips. So we're going to see what the heck this... Whoa. What the... How did that happen? Okay, this one. So we're gonna just play this part. Type this. If you help see,
her-
I just did it now too. That's me going, and you can see it looks quite different. So I just delete that stuff out. Type this. If you see, okay, so we're all good there. Let's zoom back out and find that other one. So you know there's another one. There it is. Whoa. So I don't know what's going on here, but wow, that is pretty big. What is this?
My family will.
This just in. It's Chit Chat!
Okay, so that's a bumper. Can't really do much about that. That will eventually get squished. Okay, so we've done the editing. Sorry, we've done the noise cancellation stuff and any edits, stuff that we want to remove. So we've removed the intro, the outro, because we're going to use our own intro and outro that we already have. This is the outro down here, and that's the intro up there. So we want to select that line, that track again, which is just the show, and we want to go to. I usually go to compressor, and these are my compressor settings. So I go -22, -55, 6 to 1, 0 to 20, 1 and 1 second. There are ways to tweak this, and I've messed around with it, but I find that if you squish it too much, you start to lose some of the quality of the sound. So I found that this way it's actually the best way to do it for us. And if anybody knows anything better, I would love to hear. So it's just applying that compressor to this, and you're gonna see the whole thing kind of get mushed down. So while that is going, not much else to be done here. You have 7 more minutes to upload, which is good. We already copied that, so that's fine. Yeah. Now we wait. I can usually get all this stuff done in about half hour. It's pretty quick. And it's only because I've done it. I know what I can do when, and I'm not having to explain it, right? So I can get a show done generally within the half hour of it being completed. Depends if Lita and I need to talk about stuff, but like the actual work stuff, it's pretty quick now. It used to be longer because I used to upload directly from my computer to YouTube before I discovered you could export from Twitch. So you can see the waveform is now this. So remember that whole thing was this big honking deal? Well, now it's not. So this was just a stint.
died at
Yeah.
level 7.
Okay, no, we're gonna go here.
No, he's the
And I don't like to listen to myself.
just so folks know, people may not know, this guy is my GM.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
18 has begun,
So-
and so has our planning for this year's Con Before the Storm.
Time before the storm will bring
So it
together
doesn't sound bad, right? So even though it's been compressed, it doesn't sound bad. Okay, so now that it's compressed and everything's kind of smushed, so it can't go beyond a certain point. Now we want to bring it back out. We want to kind of balloon it. We never go. Okay, so you should never go higher than 0. I usually do -5 because the intro and the outro are both set to -5, and that's just how we do it. So these will go, and oh, that's going pretty quick. Actually surprised, because usually there we go. So I'm like, usually it takes a little bit for it to go. And once it's done, you'll see that the waveforms will actually expand a bit too. I've got email. Okay. So that's almost done. Is YouTube 4 minutes. Okay, that's good. During, like, before, when we were a clean tag show, we would, like, there was parts where we would select parts where people swore, and then we'd go into generate a tone, right? And you could put the tone in there, and when they swore, you'd hear blah 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 boop, and that's it. So you just want to, like, there's different things that you can put in, but we generally found that tone worked okay, and the amplitude was 0.1, so we don't want it to be too loud. And we tried the other ones, but they didn't sound right, so we just we just did it as a sine wave. Right. So that's just a preview of it. So if it's a shorter swear word, then it's just be a boop. So we don't want to apply that to the whole thing. That would be bad. Okay, so we want to unmute the outro and unmute the intro, and then select, shift, and click on all the tracks. Go to tracks, align end to end, and that is it. Honestly, the show's done. So we just go file and we save the project. Hey Sin, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. We're just doing some podcast edits. So we save the project for next time, and then we export the audio. You need to have a thing called lame. If you want to export it as an MP3, you need to have this other thing called lame, and you can find that when you download Audacity. They will have a link to download lame as well. I am the pretty face of the operation and not the brains. I am not good at this. This is like me teaching myself and a handful of people being gracious enough to help me learn. So I really don't know what the hell is going on here. Basically, we just rename the file. I do it in a certain file format, so we know it's Welch College's podcast, the episode number, and then the year, month, and date, because we want to go from big to small, and just hit enter, and then we'll get like the tags, and I already have some preloaded. So usually what we'll do, so we know that we are the artist names. The track title, that's the title of the show. It was called Bacon Me Crazy, and we go at episode 119. Guest Seraphis, and I always like to do like a little funny comment too. Nobody's ever really caught them, but you can actually, if you download it and you go look at the stuff, you can see them. I don't do it all the time, but I try to. So Guest Seraphis, he loves butt stuff. It's okay, it's an inside joke, and if he saw this, he would laugh. He'd be like, what the hell, yo? So we just click OK, and now it's going to take it all and write it to an MP3 file. And that usually takes a little bit, like not super long. This is like a 2-hour show. If we see from end to end, it's about 2 hours and some. So it's not too bad. We usually output it at 128. I mean, I know that you can go like 160, 164, or you can go higher. You can go 256. But honestly, I mean, I don't really think it's needed. So we just wait for that to go. Okay, so this is done. We can close this because now it's just processing, and YouTube will take a while to process. So now that that's done, now there should be no more issues with the stream. So I'm going to actually increase the frame rate of the stream back, or the bit rate of the stream, to 4,000. There we go. I'm not changing the frame rate or the resolution. It's just a bit rate. So 95%. It will sit there at 95% forever. And it could just sit. And if it sits there for too long, you don't need to really worry about it. At this point, we really only care about that part. I'm going to pop up my FTP program. So I use Qt FTP. These are all the different things I have. We upload it to my VPS, which is at podcast.challenges.com. You can go there and download whatever you see here. It's fine. There's nothing secret. So then we go into podcast, and now we gotta wait. Gotta wait for this. You see, it says 0 bytes, so we're just waiting for this to finish. Yay, 2 minutes. This is I feel like this is the longest part, is writing the file out. The other long part sometimes can be filtering out noise. So when we find noise and we want to take that out of the whole thing. What is going on? What's with the in and out? If that initial noise cancellation doesn't get all of the noise, like if we happen to find another clip where there's noise, then we would go do it again. And you keep doing it until you don't hear any noise at all. There are some recording stuff that will actually filter out noise. So what you'll do is that you will say, you will tell everybody to be quiet, and then you will tell the program, okay, listen, and then you'll click stop, and anything that it heard, like any humming, like you'll hear right now, right, humming or buzzing, it will take that waveform, and when you go live, it will automatically take that out of your recording, which I don't understand how that works so quickly. From what I understand, it creates a very small lag in the sound. So like 0.2 seconds, that kind of thing. Sometimes it might be enough to be weird. I think voice meter. So this is what I use for my audio lines. My mic, my game sounds come here. My voice chats, so Discord, Skype will all go here. VLC player and my default sounds are here. I'm pretty sure it's got some kind of thing where we can filter noise out on the fly. I just haven't figured out how to do it yet. VBAN, I think, is like network stuff. Like we don't use any networking, like we don't have like another computer networked in here and doing sounds and all that. So this stuff is useless to me right now. Like I think system options might be the only thing. I don't know. I've barely got this thing to work like the right way. So I see all this and I'm like, oh my God, it's like a wall of text, and it freaks me out that I'm gonna change something that will break it. Yeah, and that's gonna be Bob. He wants to go outside, but it's like hot outside right now, so we're not gonna let him out. Okay, so that's my voice meter. Okay, so the output's done, and really that's all that we do. We exit, we pull up this, and we'll see that, yeah, episode 119 is now updated because it actually has a file size. Just upload that, and then we gotta wait again. Gotta wait for the upload. When that is done, we'll go to the other screen. We'll go to the blog and we'll enter in the new podcast info. And then it's going to be done. Like, that's it. We just post it and it's all good. if there's anything I could ever help anybody with, like with sound and stuff, like I said before, I mean, I don't know a ton. I just know what really works for me, and I have a basic grasp of how things should work. And even then, at times, I'm like, it messes me up, man. Like, I get messed up. So, and then I have to sit there and kind of sit back and think, okay, what's going on, right? Like, there could be all sorts of problems where it could be voice meter. It could be the wrong input outputs for your Discord. It could be that the audio engines, right, the audio devices are not set up the right way. So for me, I do voice meter aux as my default device. And for my recording, my default device is voice meter aux. So sometimes Windows will do an update and it will screw this up. So I'm very bad at video editing. That's why I just do live stream. Eventually I want to do an intro video. Voice meter gives me hell, and running a 2 PC setup is annoying to get the audio and video in sync. Yeah, I don't think I would. I don't think I have the guts to even try 2 PCs. I don't think I didn't really get affected by that last Windows update unless it didn't come in. It was like a week ago or so, right? And I don't think I had a big problem with it for some reason. Okay, so episode 119 is actually online, so we can close that and go back to the blog. We go to the podcast episode. Oh, you probably can't see that because it's being hidden by the banners. So go like this. There we go. Okay, so the podcast episode here. And just want to see what you can see. Okay. And yeah. All right. Well, you're gonna hear house sounds and lawnmowers, but we're not recording a podcast, so it doesn't matter. Okay. So we don't want to delete the podcast, but this actually, because we copied the blog entry from the last episode, it still has the podcast info from that last show. Did hardcore. Yeah, so we want it. So it's episode 119. Everything else is the same. We just change the date and we verify, and it's all good. And we are done. Like, we've got the featured. This will update when YouTube. Oh, it's actually done. Okay, great. So sometimes this doesn't update to say it's done. Sometimes it will just sit there and hang. Everything is saved, so we can publish. And if I've set things up correctly, it should automatically publish to challenge news in Discord. Yes. Oh my god, it worked. Imagine that. Holy crap. I love it when these things work, but sometimes there's finicky. And one little thing breaks, and it's like, oh my god. Okay, so from here, really, it's just we go to the actual website and make sure it's in line. You can see this is why we make it 600 by 200 so that it all syncs up. Versus here, this is 600 by 200. Yeah, this one is. This one's not. This one's not. It looks weird. So I think this one's 600 by 150. Anyways, so this is the show. We go in there, just copy, paste. We make sure, yeah, episode 119. I just play a portion.
It was just when you did.
Yeah, there's Surface. Okay, and we will play. Okay, and we'll go about here.
I tell her, like, the most that, like,
and we hear Surface, so we're all
make
good.
sure the people for the meet and greet are in their seat.
Just want to scroll to the end.
And we always want to thank them because
make sure the outro plays too, because this is now going to get picked up by the
again,
RSS
good luck,
feeds.
Surface, with the Kickstarter, and we're really excited for you and can't.
Making it weird.
It's more like picking up.
Understood.
Nice.
Come on.
Completely understood.
Because the.
All right. Thanks for listening.
All right.
We'll see you all next week.
Say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye, chat room.
Goodbye, Stone. Okay.
The WoW Challenges podcast is a World of War.
Okay, so that's all good. Honestly, we're done. I will put TweetDeck on here just so you can see. Close messages. So we just go to Twitter. We go episode, what was it, 119, Bacon, Me, Crazy, is, with Seraphis from, we'll say, The Sundering. Oh, no, actually, no, we'll do Combo for the Storm and The Sundering. I like to put Lita first. Just I don't know. I put myself last in most things. I feel like it's like when you say my brother and I went to so and so. It's not like me and my brother. I mean, you could do both ways, but I feel like I put myself last because it's proper. So Bake Me Crazy with Seraphis from Comic for the Storm and The Sundering. In brackets, Lita and Stonegrasp is now online, and then we just do the link and we tweet that. And what I will usually do is I will do a like and then a retweet with a comment, and I'll say something like and I'll add like a little comment because so stuff like it did not take long for Seraphis to talk about Dutch ovens. And that is true. All right, so that's pretty much it. Oh man, look at this. Okay, just so you know, I follow this Bella's cosplay. Every once in a while, she posts something up about somebody doing cosplay, and it's like, wow. So if you're offended by like scantily clad women doing cosplay, I mean, you should probably stop now. You should probably not watch now, but I'm going to show you. That's cosplay. Sometimes I'm like, what the hell, yo? But she usually has some good stuff, like some actually good cosplay. Like this is pretty cool. Right? Like, what the hell? Whoa, hold on. Whoa, I'm missing these. Oh my god. Okay, see, like this. Okay, it's not like super revealing, Anyways, it's just cosplay. Whatever. And sometimes I show my wife, and she's like, "What the hell?" Hey, Kayun, just want to say thank you for the support. We had great Iron Man War Race. Hey, no problem. Did it actually? Let me go check. Do it on the stream. Do it on the stream. Where's the contest? Custom contest. And yeah, we changed that. So yours was Kayun War. So it actually worked. Everything worked without me having to do anything. Sweet. Hey, and you won. Wait, you won your own contest? What the hell, yo? No, cool. Oh, that's interesting. They got a Tauren. Tauren, eh? Interesting. Cool. Yeah, so that's the basics of how to upload of what we do to upload a a podcast episode. The other thing I'll do is that over here, yes, that's Bob. If you can probably hear him, he's freaking out. He's like, I want to go outside. So usually what I'll do is that I'll add this part in, but I call up a editor that I actually don't want to pull up on screen because it shows code, and that has more of a security and not privacy, but it's more of a security problem that I don't want to show that on the screen. So I will do that later. This part's not as important. The RSS feeds don't call this. The RSS feeds look at look at the blog posts. So it will. So this one won't have a podcast tag on it. So podcast spiders and crawlers won't care. So anything with like this won't have it. This won't have it. So, but that's basically it for episode 119. I'm going to put that over there. I think we're going to do some leveling. I am going to stop recording this segment and just do do a final segment of leveling. I don't know what. Good morning, Nisi. So we'll stop recording, and we're going to take my screen off because and we don't need that text anymore. We're going to get rid of